What's up, guys? Today's video is not really planned out like I would normally have videos planned out. I did have something planned, and then there's just, I don't know, I'm just not feeling that subject anymore. It was going to be St. Patrick's Day, but that sort of came and went, and so I didn't really get into the spirit yesterday, and so a day late kind of seems like, what's the point? And I don't want to make a video that's too long, so I'm going to try and steer clear of all of the excitement that Marvel is giving me at the moment, and even some DC stuff as well. So it's gonna kind of be a bit of a day in the life sort of thing, I guess, where I just sort of talk about other things that are going on with sort of me personally. So I hope you'll stick around for after the intro to basically hear what I have to say. But yeah, it's not going to be as like planned and formulated as I would normally have my videos. Okay, so I'm gonna try and remember what I've already spoken about throughout this. I just tried doing that for 10 minutes and forgot what I'd already spoken about. So I'm gonna try and do that this time. Take two. I had spoken about it. It was the first thing I spoke about. I'm going to try and start a podcast. I literally just put up a thing on my Facebook asking my friends if they want to, like if they could support me and or co-host with me, particularly on the co-host part, because I'd love to be able to sit down and have a conversation with someone, because my videos are just me sort of rambling at you, and I'd rather converse with you. And because I'm not as much of a gamer as other people are, Twitch streaming doesn't seem like the right way to go. So I'm more of leaning towards proper like podcast. I've got the Himalaya app. I've just got to figure out how to record something that's longer than 10 minutes. Is that like pay for premium, or like, if you know, can you leave it in the comments? That would help me out so much. And if not, when I finally figure it out, I will be leaving a link to it in the description, and it would mean a lot for me if you could go and check it out. That'd be really cool. Another thing I'm doing at the moment is I'm writing a novel. I'm writing my, I'd like to say it's my first novel, but it's not. I had sort of like a fantasy world, magic powers, kings, queens, knights sort of deal. To begin with, I had like 17 chapters. It was great. It was a full book. Didn't like how I ended it though, so basically scrapped it and started from the beginning, reworked all my characters, and now I love it even more. But I'm starting with the full novelization of my short story, Ghost Town, from my Tumblr account, which I will leave a link to in the description down below. The working title at the moment for the novel that I'm working on my computer over here is Soulmates, which since I'm just really good at naming things when it comes to like titles and stuff, pretty much gives you all the information you need to know about what the book's about. I don't really need to give you a blurb. I can just basically give you the title and let you know that the first short story I posted on my Tumblr, which is called Ghost Town, is like the prequel to it. So it gives sort of like the background of it's part of the world that it lives in, because all of the stories that I write exist in their own little corners of the same world. Now I know that people are going to be like, oh, you're just like trying to capitalize on the fact that shared universes are really big right now in Hollywood. I mean, yeah, but at the same time, no, because I've been planning my like shared universe and having characters coexist since 2006, when I started getting into comic books, which since like the 30s have been having characters cross over and interact with each other within a shared universe. So I'm more or less following the comic book guidelines, where I can literally have anything happen and I can reference it wherever I like, depending on where on my timeline it sits. And being that they're books, I'm able to sort of, have this timeline here, and you can see the event where they intersect, sort of thing. Which is really cool, allowing me to sort of Easter egg myself at the moment, and then when I get onto writing my second novel, I'll be able to do a similar thing where I Easter egg some of the things from Soulmates, and keep bringing up little things. But I've been looking at self-publication and stuff. It's going to cost me a little bit to get it like professionally published, like with a proper like cover, art, all the rest. I think I had a look at it online. There was a website I found, and I think it was, I want to say $2,000 for self-publication. But I mean, you've got to invest money if you want to make money, so I see it as an investment. But that's what I'm looking at. So those are two projects that I'm really looking forward to being successful, my podcast and my novel. I am also really excited for the sort of second quarter of the year. We've got in April, obviously, there's Endgame, and so that month is, like next month, pretty much the entirety of it is going to be, and when I say pretty much the entirety, I mean like probably about 50% is going to be sort of focused on some aspect of probably superheroes like in general, because I think Shazam also comes out. So I may end up doing a Endgame review and a Shazam review and not doing a bad film review sort of thing. So like there'll be some things that I change up a little bit and whatnot, but it'll sort of be focused on superhero stuff next month. Then we've got not a lot happening in May, really, but then the end of June, my friends and I are going to Sydney to see Bert Crusher's Body Shots World Tour, which I'm super stoked for. I can't wait. At the moment, some of the other things that we might be doing include an escape room, watching a separate live performance at the Griffith Theatre Company, the Taronga Zoo, the aquarium, and then potentially having dinner at Sydney Tower, among other pleasant little tidbits. Had to find an appropriate adjective there. And yeah, so that'd be really cool. I'm also hoping soon to be able to playtest this box, which is really, really trippy. But I haven't been able to have anyone over to do that. I'm also hoping within like the next couple of days that I will actually find out what is medically wrong with me, because as I've told you guys before, at least I'm pretty sure I've told you guys before, I've been sort of told that I may have epilepsy, or I may have low blood pressure, which is causing me to have fainting spells very periodically. My last one caused me to have this lovely doozy that you can see in the right light, which is actually a skull fracture that goes from here to here. It is purely cosmetic, and I don't need surgery for it because it's not going to cause me any actual health issues. It does cause me to more frequently have headaches, obviously as like the muscles try to tense up across the space basically in my skull, and if it ends up being epilepsy, means I have to get medicated and will have a mark on my driver's license, which I'm not keen for. But if it's just low blood pressure, then that's some medication, some lifestyle changes, and I should be able to go back to being able to drive and not have to go see the neurologist again, which would be lovely, because the last time I went I didn't get my Medicare rebate because the stupid woman at the desk didn't give it to me. So obviously I'm keen for option 2. And yeah, other than that, I can't really think of anything. If I do start a Twitch, it will probably be with my friend Chris. We're currently trying to work together to find mainly the time to be able to do so, but we're going to try and start a Lord of the Rings set. We don't know where in the timeline yet, but our Lord of the Rings, like Middle-earth set game of Dungeons and Dragons, which would be really cool. But at the moment it's just me and him, and you really need a dungeon master and at least 2 players so that there's some sort of interaction. Like, it can't just be me being dungeon master and then trying to play my own character. It doesn't work like that. So it'd be really cool to get some other friends on board with that so that we can get that kicked off, and then if we do, we'll probably end up streaming that, because I think that'd be really cool, especially if we allow you guys to sort of be dungeon master in the comments. I think it'd be really cool. Actually, now that I think about it, that'd actually be really cool. So obviously the first episode, someone would have to actually properly dungeon master us until we've got some comments for the second one, and then I'd be able to introduce my character and play along with my friends using, like, I go to do this, turn over like a thing, and like you need to roll for whatever, like giving us like our story sort of thing. I can see it working, I can see it being fun, but yeah, we just need a little bit more support in it, sort of thing. But other than that, everything else I can think of that's coming to mind is going to be addressed in my resolutions video at the end of the month. So yeah, we'll just see how the rest of the month plays out, and then we'll we'll catch up on how our own resolutions are going with each other. Be really cool, really fun. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was just a random rambling sort of catch-up thing. I have no idea what I'm even going to title this video, but if you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section if you know how to record longer than 10 minutes on Himalaya, or if you just have to like record separately and upload the way I make my videos. If that's the way that you're supposed to do it, or B, if you would like to see Lord of the Rings Dungeons and Dragons on Twitch, I think that'd be pretty cool. We may end up doing other games besides that as well. Like, I have so many board games that my phone is sitting on at the moment as a makeshift tripod stand thing that we could play as well. So let me know if you'd like to see that. Comment if you're excited to, or as excited as me, to sort of see what the first chapter looks like. I'm seriously considering letting probably up to 5 people, some of those being friends that have already said they're interested, but there's up to 5 positions for you guys to be able to read my prologue and potentially first chapter of Soulmates. So let me know in the comment section if you'd like to sort of get a heads up on where I'm going with that, because I'm obviously trying to test the waters to see if this is actually something that people would like to read, sort of thing. And yeah, other than that, make sure you hit the subscription button and the notification bell if you haven't already, so that you can be updated whenever I upload a new video. And so until next time, guys, I will check you later.